There's nothing you have to do to be totally free. How do you like that? Why? Right now, you're totally free. You're all powerful, you're all knowing, you're everywhere present. You're whole, complete, perfect. Right now. There's nothing you have to do for that. So, says I, why all this effort to be unfree, limited, and miserable? Why, oh, why, oh, why, oh, why?
Complete side 3B. This completes side 4A.
All you need to do is get up these suppressed energies. I am limited, I am in bondage, I am miserable. By letting up and letting out, approval, control, security. You've done it. But why don't you do it all? You'll be done with it.
Listen to side 2B.
You'll be in a happy state that you never dreamed existed. You've never tasted the ultimate state yet.
Listen to side 3B.
You don't have to do a thing to be free because you're already free.
Now listen to side 4B.
You have to stop this asinine conviction
Third.
that you're a suffering body that's going to die. You got to keep trying to keep it alive until it dies. You draw a blank.
Do.
You don't win.
Connect with a higher message of less
So let go of all this concept of limited toxins.
less the CDs. Each one of them will move you closer and closer to freedom.
How long should it take?
Thank you.
A month or two, if you carry out the 6 steps. I think the steps that you're lacking most in are the very first step. Anybody know what the first step is? You gotta want freedom more than you want the world. None of you want freedom more than you want the world. Were it so, you'd be free. It's that simple. To be what you are is so easy. But if any one of you wanted freedom more than you want the world, you'd be free. So you're out on step 1. You can't get over the first step. You go the next 5. But when the hurt is enough, you release enough to get rid of the hurt so you can try going on looking to the world for your absolute security, which you will never find in the world, which you will only find in you. So get smart. Be what you are. Why all this effort and misery to be what you are not? There's a 100% loss in the direction you're in. Where are all these bodies going to be 100 years from now? Everything you're doing is trying to keep the body going. And if I were to wish you a curse, the greatest one I could think of is to be a physical body. I think the only other one who says that is Ramana Maharshi. That the worst curse would be to condemn you into being a physical body from here on. It's like condemning you into being in a straitjacket from here on. So I try to give you, in all those first meetings we had when we started this project, very practical things that could get you free quickly. And the last one is such a powerful one. I think I'm not going to give you any more practical things to do because it'll confuse and jumble what you've already gotten. What have you gotten? Those signs in your room. Get everything you want only by releasing. Has it worked, Kevin? Are you getting everything now by? But everything you do want, you should get by releasing. Do you have that in place? Okay, when you have everything in place, you have the sense of not being the doer. When you're getting everything by releasing, you become a witness, whereas before you were a doer of it. You just witness your body going through its motions. With a complete sense of non-doership, which should be spelled with a T instead of a P. See, that makes it effortless. When you're not the doer, there's zero effort in it, and it happens harmoniously and immediately. What are the other 3 or 4 steps I gave you before that last one? Do you remember? What were the steps?
Be successful.
Yeah, now these are practical things. Be successful in whatever it is you're doing. It's digging a hole or pulling up some rocks, whatever it is. Be successful, whatever it is you do. What was another one?
The first one was one freedom again, all your happiness and joy from this.
Yeah. Recognize that all the joy you'll get is from getting your mind quiet by satisfying a desire and just being your beingness. There is only one single joy. That's when you're being your beingness. But you set up a rack, a want, a desire to agitate the mind. And when you fulfill the desire, the mind goes quiet and you're just being. That's the joy you feel. There is no other joy. So get all your joys from your beingness. Is there still one more?
Violence, fear of dying.
I'm just wondering if that isn't too forceful. Bring up the fear of dying. That'll do it for you, if you'll do it. But you're not free now, so you didn't do it. See, all the suppressed fear of dying right now is trying to push up and push out. You just stop holding it in. On its own, it would all go out. Trying to. But I'd still recommend using it to the degree you can use it. When you have no more fear of dying, your mind goes quiet. You're identifying with your beingness and you're free. Nice and simple, nice and easy. The only difficulty is trying to be a limited carcass. That's where all your difficulty is. All your misery. Everything you do not want is involved in trying to be a limited body. So discriminate, my son. Yuktaswar said to Yogananda when he left him after his return. Recognize the world as a dream. That's all it is. You're dreaming this whole thing. Exactly like you'd be dreaming a night dream. Wake up and see it for the dream that it is. And be infinitely happy. Are there any questions on what I just went through? It's really giving you the very top knowledge in the most practical way you could ever get it. Those different steps are very practical. Of course, being out here is another one of the steps. Living with people who release, living with people that you can express and both of you release. As I said again and again, I'm convinced you'll never go free in the world. The world is too powerfully pulling everyone down into the worldly way of things. You need to get away from that pull, work together as a group, use your expressing for releasing. In the world, any one of you go out there, you have to suppress, otherwise you'll get killed. You express your anger to the wrong person, they'll shoot you, if not beat you up. It gets better that way every day. They got hundreds of policemen in California patrolling the streets to stop the gang slaying. Yesterday there were 3 killings by the gangs in Los Angeles. We can't stop it out there. But you have a wonderful opportunity here of expressing, releasing, and moving onward and upward. Again, any questions on anything I've said? Now that you all understand it so well, when I come back next week, I expect to see 2, 4, 6, 8 free people. Or else. What? You know what the word gone means in their language? What? Gone? Tops. Okay, if there's no more question.
The leverage you can get to is by simply where I'm not shortcut to seeing this as a dream. Just remembering.
Well, the shortcut is simply this way. It's only your mind that says there's a Lester here and a Stewart there, right?
Well, let me just back up a little bit. When you're in a night dream, you don't sense materiality. And in a daydream, things have touched on.
You have form in the night dream. You've got your body, you got other bodies.
But it doesn't feel like I have an image of it in my mind, but I don't feel like I am the
Wait a minute. When you're in a dream state, you're in a dream body. Of course, you're not in the physical body, you're not in that state. But this is what you're saying.
That's why I have a problem seeing this as a dream state. Because it has
you do wake up from the night dream. You do not wake up from this daydream. This is the problem. Because you're so convinced that this daydream is real, that you're in it. And we'll let it go. Release it. Then you'll see the dream nature of this physical world. Release it. If you're holding on it for dear life like you are, you're not releasing it. You're doing the opposite. And that's why you don't see it as a dream. The same in a night dream. When you're struggling for your life, the dream is going on. It's real. It's only after you wake up from the dream that you know it's unreal. You've got to wake up from this dream by letting go of your tight holding on to it, by releasing it. Then it'll be very obvious to you that this so-called waking state is exactly as real as a night dream is real. But you got to wake up.
Well, I've experienced it. It's got
Release the back part of it. So it will remain permanently. Or release one thing, the fear of dying. That'll take care of everything. One thing only you've got to release. One thing only. The fear of dying. But don't do it. Because you'll discover you're omnipotent, omniscient, can have anything you want from mere effortless thought of it. You can materialize, dematerialize, you can teleport, you can telepath, and you can tell anything you want.
That seems like we're taking some direct opposition to being the doer, which I'm releasing towards being not.
Okay, to be in that state, you can only be in it when you know you're not the doer.
Okay, now say tomorrow morning I wake up on and say, look, I can't say I'm going to be a witness to Arcana.
You can't say it, you can be it only.
So,
See, to be your beingness, the top state's being your beingness only. You can't say it. Anything you say is in duality, is in a dream.
like day-to-day acting that I might be in process of witnessing. There might be some goal that I might release on totally, and it will come in without mind.
Yeah, you're letting go of your attachments and aversions to the world, bit by bit by bit by bit. What you need is a big bite instead of a bit of a bit. So you use what you're doing for releasing. See, the only effort you need is to get rid of your effort. This is what you're doing in the world. You're using effort to get rid of the effort. But in your beingness, you need no effort. Things materialize and dematerialize instantly. But if you're trying to figure it out in your head, you cannot, because your head, your mind, your intellect is the obstacle. It's an accumulation of concepts of limitation. So you can't figure it out in your head. You can be your beingness. You are being it right now. But you don't have to be a limited carcass. And this is what you're releasing as you work and go through the day. You release all attachments and aversions by getting rid of the emotion connecting you to it. Did I answer your question?
Yes, it was essentially, I don't feel like I'm trying to figure it out, but I can say I can't jump from the bottom. You did answer by
Yeah, you can't figure it out.
by day-to-day, but by releasing moment to moment, or I can shortcut the whole thing by releasing a fear of doubt.
Right.
That's pretty much what.
Right. Releasing approval control is also shortcutting it. Instead of going through all those emotions below approval control. When you have no more either approval or control, all the emotions below that are dying. But you'll still have approval or control until you release the fear of dying. The only reason why you want everyone's approval is so you'll be safe and survive. And if you can't get that, you want to make them approve of you so you'll be safe, and that's control. But when you let go of approval or control, all the feelings underneath it are out. Then left is just approval or control, which is let go of by letting go of the fear of dying. But when you're that far, it's easy to let the fear of dying come up. You reach a point where it'll just push up and push out, and you sit back and watch it complete itself, discharging itself. and you'll laugh your head off. What a silly joke you played upon yourself to think that you were limited when you never were. Okay. Any other questions? Okay, so we'll call it a day of eternity.